Hello students, welcome to my online lecture session of subject.NET Programming. Today we will continue our unit number 3, which is Additional Controls and Menu of Windows. Today's topic is ListBox and ComboBox. Objective of this video lecture is: first, discuss the ListBox control with its properties, method, event, and example. Then discuss the ComboBox control with its properties, method, event, and example. Now start our session with the first control, ListBox. This control displays a list of items from which user can select one or more than one items. This control is used whenever we have large number of choice. It allows user to sort items of the list. It can display items in ascending order. It provides the facility to add new items, remove selected items, all items from the list box at runtime as well as design time. Now, properties of ListBox control. First property is name. Name property is used to get or set the name of ListBox control. Then items. Items property is used design time as well as runtime. It represents a collection of items contained in ListBox control. Then the main property is selection mode. It determines the mode that user can select the items of ListBox. It has 4 values. If user select none, then no selection is allowed to user. If user select 1 as in a selection mode, then user can select only one item at a time. Then multi-simple and multi-extended. If user select multi-simple or multi-extended, then user can select multiple items from the list box. But the main difference is when user select multi-simple, then it can select multiple items using the mouse click, pressing the mouse click. And if user select multi-extended, then user can select multiple items by pressing Ctrl key and mouse click. Then next property is multi-column. It allows user to specify whether the list box support multi-column or not. Then column width. It specifies the width of each column in multi-column list box. Now next is selected item. This property returns the text of selected item in the list box. Selected items. It is used when user select multiple items for selection. It returns collection of multiple items selected in the list box. Then selected index. Each and every items in the list box has an index. Start with the 0. Whenever user select any item, then its related index is displayed using the selected index property. And if user select multiple items, then multiple indices is selected by this selected indices property. Then sorted. It is used to specify whether items of list box are sorted or not. This property has the value true or false. Enable. It displays whether a control is enabled or not. It has 2 values, true or false. Similar, visible has 2 values, true or false. It is used for visibility purpose. Then scroll always visible. It is specify whether scroll bar is appear or not. Now, methods of list box. There are generally 3 methods which are used with the list box control. First method is clear selected. This method is used to unselect all the items that are currently selected in ListBox control. Then find a string. It is used to find first occurrence of an item in the list box. It is performed as a partial search. Then find string exact. It is similar to find string but it performs exact search. Now events of list box. First event is click. It occurs when the list box control is selected. List box control is click. Then second event is selected index change. Means when the selected index property of ListBox is changed, then this event is occur and the code associated with this event is executed. Now next is method of ListBox item collection. There are various methods which is used with the items property. First method is add, which is used to add item in the list box control. This item is adding at the end of list box and syntax is listbox1 dot items dot add then item name. Then insert. This method is also insert an item in the list box but it is used to insert at a particular location, specific position. So listbox1 dot items dot insert then index which is specified by the user to insert an items, then item name. Then next is clear. To remove all items from the list box, we have to write listbox1 dot items dot clear. Then remove. It removes a particular item which is selected by a user. So here we have to specify the item's name. So listbox1 dot items dot remove then in bracket value. Then next is remove at. This method remove an item from specific index in list box. So here we have to write listbox1 dot items dot remove at and then give the index value. Now switch over to the practical session of ListBox. Open Windows application. Now in Windows application 1, I created two forms, form 1 and form 2. In form 1, I perform a practical using ListBox. So first of all, place a ListBox control in the form. Now against ListBox, insert one label. Write the text property of label, enter city or city name, okay. Now at bottom of the list box placed two buttons. Now write text property of button like fill, which is used to fill the list box. Name property, set the name property as btn fill. Then here write in button 2 name property btn clear and the text property clear. Now next button 3, place here selected item. Now in name property write btn select and place fourth button for counting number of items btn count and text add text property count. Okay. Here I place one list box. Now set the selection mode property, which provides 4 options. None, which means user cannot select any items. 1, that means one item selected by user. Then multi-simple and multi-extended, means multiple selection provided by the user. So here I select 1. Now here I place 4 buttons. First button is fill. Whenever I click on fill button, then my list box control is fill with the city name. Now here I change the name property of list box as LST name or LST city. So whenever I click on fill button, then my list box control is filled with the city name. When I click on clear button, then my list box control is cleared. Selected item means whenever I click on this button, then particular item selected by me is displayed in message box. And count means this button count the total number of items in the list box. Now start the coding. Click on the fill button. Now here button name is btn fill. Then click is a event. Now write list box name, which is elasticity dot items dot add. Now in bracket write the city name. So here I write first city name Ahmedabad. Now next similar, here write items. Now similar, add second city elasticity dot items dot add, write Surat. Similar, write different city Rajkot. Then again next city Baroda. Then next Gandhinagar. Now my coding is ready for filling the list box. Now for clear, I have to clear list box. So here write list city dot items dot clear. Clear is a method of items property. Now next selected item. So for that I use message box. In message box I write items selected by me. For that I use elasticity dot selected item. Here there is a 4 option, main 4 option: selected index, selected indices, selected item and selected items. User can select only one item, so I have to use selected item or selected index property. So I have to just display city name, not index. So I prefer selected item. Now next count. Here again I use message box. This button counts the total number of city in the list box. So write elasticity dot items dot count. Again count is a method of items property. Now run the practical. Here there is no items in the list box. Whenever I click on fill, then my list box is filled with the city. Now click on clear. All city name is clear. Then again fill. Whenever I click on count button, then it display total numbers of city, which is 5 in message box. Then user can select, means I can select one item from the list box. Suppose I select Rajkot, then the index of Rajkot is 0, 1 and 2. And my item name is, selected city name is Rajkot. So whenever I click on this item, selected item, it returns the selected item list. So here Rajkot. So such way a user can display any particular city name using the selected item property. Now switch over to our PPT for next control. Now next control is ComboBox. ComboBox control is used to display data in drop-down combo box. It is similar to a list box. Here user can select only one item in a drop-down box. It takes little space on the form and store long selection data. So whenever we have multiple items, multiple data, and we have to give a choice to user to select any one, then combo box is a preferable choice. It occupies less space. For example, list of city, list of country name, then font name, font size of font, etc. Combo box is a combination of text box and list box. Now properties of combo box. The properties of combo box is similar to a list box control. First property, name. It is used to get or set the name of combo box control. Then items. This property is used to represent a collection of items which is contained in combo box control. So items property is used at both design time and runtime. Now selected item. It returns the text of selected item in the combo box. Here there is only one property, selected item, because user can select only one item from the combo box. Next is selected index. It returns the index of selected item in the combo box. There is no selected indices property in combo box. Now next is sorted. Sorted is used to specify whether items of combo box are sorted or not. It has two values, true or false. Now next property is enable, to check whether the control is enabled or not. It has two values, true or false. Then visible. Visible has two values, true or false, and it is used for visibility control. Next most important property is drop-down style. Combo box or drop-down box is used as a it is used for a display purpose as a three-way. First is simple. Simple, if we choose simple, then it displays as a combination of text box and list box. If we select drop-down, then text is editable and it occupies less space. And third is drop-down style. Here text is not editable, means the text box user cannot write in the text box. Now to set the drop-down box size and height and width, we have two properties, drop-down height and drop-down width. Now next is methods of combo box. The methods of combo box is similar to the list box control. First method is clear selected. This method is used to unselect all the items that are currently selected in the combo box. Then the find string and the find string exit. These two methods is used to find first occurrence of an item from the combo box. But it is used as a parcel search or exact search. Now events of combo box. Two events is there. First is click. Whenever we click on combo box, then click event is occur. And whenever user select any item, then selected index properties change. So at that time selected index change properties occur. selected index change event is occur. First of all, switch over to the practical of ComboBox. Now open Form 2 in Windows Application 1. Then place one combo box. Similar to previous practical, here write select city. Select city. Then place again second label. Right here selected city is and place label. Set the text property blank and write the name LBL city. Okay. Now here first of all see the properties of combo box. Now select the combo box name property which is used to get or set the name. Then second property is drop down height, width and drop down style. Drop down style has 3 value. Simple. So my combo box is display like this. It is a combination of list box and text box. Now suppose I select drop down, then it display like this. And if I select drop down list, then it look like this. So first of all I run the practical, so that I have to start a form, change the starter form to form 2, then run the practical. Now here my combo box is display like this. This text box is not editable. Suppose I select the drop down style as drop down, then it is editable. And suppose I select as simple, then it look like this and we can write in the text box. Now here I write the code for the combo box control. Similar to list box control. First of all I fill the combo box control, but here I fill the combo box whenever my form is load, form 2 is load. So double click on the form load, form 2. So here my form 2's load event is occur. So whenever I run this form, this event is executed first and it fills my combo box with items, various items. So here I write combo box 1 dot items dot add my city name, and again then total I add 5 city. First Ahmedabad, then write here Surat, then Baroda, then Rajkot, then Gandhinagar. Okay. Now, when I run this form, my combo box is filled with the total 5 cities and my selected cities display in the text box. Now, now I just want to display the selected city name in the label LBL answer, LBL city. Then I have to write the code in combo box event. When I double click on the combo box, then the default event open, which is a selected index change. Now here write the code LBL city, which is my label to display a selected city, equal to combo box 1 dot selected item. Now this statement display my selected city in this label LBL city. Now run the form. Okay. Select Ahmedabad. Then this Ahmedabad is display in the list label. Then Surat is display. Then Baroda, Gandhinagar, Rajkot. So whenever user click on any city, then index is changed, and so that my code is executed. Now switch over to the PPT. I hope you enjoy this video lecture session. Thank you.